watching the Crypto Market Update with your host, Chris Marshall, your home for the latest crypto news, reviews, and updates that can be found around the block. If this is your first time here, then we would like to thank you for watching. If you enjoy the show, please like, subscribe, and share with anyone that you believe needs this type of content in their life. Just a reminder, anything discussed on this show is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. With that out of the way, let's get on with the show.
Good morning and welcome to today's crypto market forecast. My camera is all funky. Funky. Let's see what's going on. Sweet. My camera is having a client update, so we are going to forego the camera at this time, and instead let's just move on. So what we typically do at this point is mention our sponsor. This is today's Crypto Weekly Market Forecast, where we take a look at some of the events of the coming week that might have an impact on crypto. I'm your host, Chris Marshall. In today's market forecast, we will take a look at a few events happening around the crypto sphere that might have an effect on your favorite crypto. Before we begin, let's hear a word from our sponsor. I'm going to go ahead and just switch over to this one here. So our sponsor is Ocala Tech Council. Ocala's Blockchain, Crypto, and Technology Innovation Council. If you are into tech and in the Ocala area, look them up on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Ocala Tech Council. They have meetups twice a month, starting up again in the month of May. The first meetup in May will be the first Tuesday of May, and they will be doing a presentation on what blockchain is. So think of it as like a blockchain 101 class, and then they will meet up again on the third Tuesday of the month as well. There should be a link down below for more information. Now let's move on to today's crypto market. Still sitting at just under 19,000 different cryptos. Our market cap is at 1.83 trillion with a 24-hour volume just under $80 billion. Bitcoin dominance sitting at 41%, Ethereum 19.4%, and ETH gas is pretty low today. I woke up, got on about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, and gas was down to, I think, like 17 Gwei, so pretty cheap gas today, probably because the entire market is down. Let's take a look at some of our top cryptos. Pretty much everything crashed this weekend. A lot of it dropped. For the week, very few things are still up. Ripple had a nice run up last week, so they are still up. Looks like they're trying to recover a little bit from, we're just sitting above where we started the week. Not too much higher than that, but everything else looks pretty low. Again, with just few exceptions. Things that seem to have had a rather good run up last week. Yeah, let's take a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. We are sitting still in extreme fear. Last week we dropped back down from greed the week prior, or neutral territory the week prior, down to an overall fear rating for last week. And let's take a look at what the charts are doing. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I've been watching a couple different channels on both Bitcoin and Ethereum, watching the price correlation. And if you were on the Friday one, you would have known that basically what I was looking for was a catalyst to see if Ethereum was in fact going to continue Bitcoin's pattern. And I think we're going to see that with Bitcoin breaking down below this 40,000 level, true to form, and below this lower support line. I'm looking for an actual test of this bottom red line here, which we could still definitely break. Maybe somewhere around the 37.5, give or take 500. Even if it were to hit the bottom of this line today, you're still only looking at 37,250 for Bitcoin. So probably somewhere around in there. And if that happens, I would expect Ethereum to also touch the bottom of its parallel channel, putting it somewhere around the $2,600 range, give or take $100 or $200. Maybe give or take $50 to $100. But yeah, that is what I'm looking for currently. In which case, if we did hit the bottom of this level, this is where I would be looking to purchase a start of a long position, knowing that we could still see even lower because we still have our overall channel, parallel channel that we are watching, which would put us around $2,400-ish if it fell to the bottom of that overall channel. That's it for charts. Let's move on to some of the events that are coming up this week. Obviously, lots of overall economic reports and speeches coming from a couple different Fed presidents. St. Louis Fed president talks twice, I believe, this week. Chicago's talking, San Fran's talking, Atlanta. And then we have, a couple different reports, jobless claims. We got housing starts, building permits. Some random stuff, nothing too interesting that may have a huge impact specifically on crypto. No one's specifically talking on digital currencies or anything like that this week. No inflation numbers or anything like that coming out either this week, so we will see what happens in there. Let's move on to actual crypto specific events. My first place that I like to look is bravenewcoin.com. There's a few events coming up this week. DevConnect 22 in Amsterdam, not super exciting. Part of that entire event space is DeSci Day at Ethereum Amsterdam. I think that's a pretty interesting concept, the concept of DeSci. It's a movement to build and support public commons for knowledge sharing, discovery, and innovation by scientists worldwide. The DeSci community embraces the principles of decentralized web-native collectives to coordinate, fund, and execute scientific research in a global distributed network. Very interesting. What is DeSci Day at ETH Amsterdam? DeSci Day at ETH Amsterdam is a conference for DeSci. The event will include talks, panels, pitches, and demos from projects and leaders in the DeSci space, along with social events in the evening. Very interesting. Next event coming up throughout the week on Thursday, we have the World Blockchain Festival that is going to get started underway. That will be hosted by El Salvador. Pretty cool. Just a place for, they have some problems with their website. It's just a festival celebrating blockchain and what they're doing over there in El Salvador, allowing other people from around the world to come take a look at what it is that they are proposing to do with their blockchain city, their Bitcoin city, and learn how they are kind of managing to be the global leader of cryptocurrency and openness to crypto, I guess. So yeah, very interesting event. Be interesting to see who actually attends this. I would love to be able to attend, but that's just not realistic when you got two little kiddos at home. Let's take a look at another place where I like to find interesting crypto events. coinmarketcap.com/events. You can find a list of events coming up. A lot of them are just kind of trash because there's like 20,000 coins almost, or almost 19,000 cryptos on here. And so a lot of these events are just ways that some of these crap coins like to get some free press. But every once in a while you can find interesting events. One of them is the Synapse Network and Solana integration. So starting on the 12th of April, Synapse Network will support all relevant Solana wallets. And today specifically going through Solana. So today is another part. Time has come for Solana. From now, the Synapse Network supports all relevant Solana wallets. So yeah, very interesting that they're going to be able to do that now. But yeah, so Synapse Network might see a decent little pump here in the coming days or week. Very interested to see how this plays out. And lastly, we have the EOS EVM launch event in AMA. So their Ethereum virtual machine is live on the Jungle testnet later this week, and they're holding an EVM. So yeah, this event should be pretty good. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit of a pump on EOS this week, as well as this kind of plays out. That is pretty much it for the events around the crypto space. I think what we're going to see throughout the week, it's probably a little bit more of a downtrend in the market, potentially just a little bit of flatness, but I think overall probably going to see more downward movement in the market overall. So hopefully you had a great Easter weekend, and since the video is kind of dead, that's it for this week. I was your host, Chris Marshall, and this was your crypto market forecast. I will see you all on Friday for the crypto market recap, so we can see how the events of this week played out and what effect they had on the crypto market overall. See you around.